can I ask you a hypothetical question?
Oh, dear, I don't like hypothetical questions.
Well, I don't think you're gonna like the real one either.
Do you have the papers?
Not yet.
This is probably the most unusual film that we've made for various reasons, you know. Primarily, I would say that the amount of actors that had tremendous significance every time they spoke.
We're concerned about having a woman in charge of the paper, that she doesn't have the resolve to make the tough choices.
Thank you, Arthur, for your frankness.
Let's do our jobs. Find those pages.
As far as my approach in terms of how will I photograph a movie that's essentially often feels like a play, the decision was very, very clear. Don't do anything tricky. Don't go too gimmicky, and be honest to the material and reflect the attractiveness of the people and the importance of the story.
This is a devastating security breach that was leaked out of the Pentagon. The most highly classified documents of the war.
The Times says 7,000 pages detailing how the White House has been lying about the Vietnam War for 30 years.
I actually did look at some Vietnam documentary footage, and it was just spectacular, but yet I felt I didn't want to recreate that. I didn't want to go into the deep greens and saturated blues, and it's not the technical look, it's that specific look of the 70s 16mm documentary footage, which looks very authentic. It was authentic, but I didn't want to go that direction. I want to create my own representation of Vietnam.
To make this decision, to risk her fortune and the company that's been her entire life, well, I think that's brave.
If the government wins, the Washington Post will cease to exist.
Stephen and I, we've worked with each other for the last 22 years. I think we've made 15 and 16 or maybe 16 movies, you know. I'm not sure anymore, but you know, it's never a routine. It's always different story. It's always different actors. It's always different form of storytelling. Of course, there are similarities occasionally, the way, you know, the way we do coverage and the way we do things with the camera, all that stuff, because, you know, I think there needs to be similarity because it's the same guy making it. I don't believe in the concept that, you know, a filmmaker should adapt and always do movie in a way that doesn't resemble the previous one, but movies are a very personal thing.
What are you going to do, Mrs. Graham?